Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to try and create a pollarded willow, fusion willow. I've got everything I think I need at the moment. I've got a pot, the end result to go in, with some pebbles at the bottom for extra weight and drainage. I think it's going to end up being a bit top heavy. I've got some willow cuttings. These are white willow, various sizes and shapes. They're actually sat soaking in a pot of water at the moment. It's quite warm here. I don't want the roots to dry out. I've got some tying wire, various tools, and a pot full of bonsai compost when I need that. And last but not least, I have this, which is a form which I've created out of chicken wire, which will end up in the pot somewhat like that. So here we go, let's have a whirl. Okay, so we're going to start off taking this one. This is the biggest, thickest, tallest tree. I think it should fit reasonably well. Just about there. I hope you can actually see this. I'm going to take a piece of wire. Look it through the chicken wire. Cut off some of the excess bits of wire. And then just try and squeeze that into place. Get another piece of wire. Do the same again. Again, quite tightly cut off some of the excess. You just keep doing that. Put that in there a second. Keep the roots damp as I fight with the wire. Tie it into place. One final tie. What to do it for that one. So that's the first one tied into place. You can see I've got these extra bits of wire which are sticking out from the form at the moment. It's to help me wire it into the pot at a later stage. So, okay, so it's the first tree wired in place, and we take another. Okay, so that's the first tree wired into place. So you take a second tree, put it as close to the first as possible. Another piece of wire. Which isn't cooperating. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so take our second tree, put it close to the first tree, and then we wire the second tree not only to the form, but to the first tree as well. Like so. You can see that. Again, you want to pull it as tight as possible. I'm getting a bit tangled in the roots. Pulling it tight ensures the trees are actually touching, so hopefully once they start growing it will fuse together. Okay, that's the first wire in place. Now a piece of wire. Through the form, around both trees. And pull it tight. Okay, snip that off. As you can see, the youngish material isn't going to reach the top yet. I will continue to tie things in as they continue to grow. But I will tie this young shoot in there very loosely at this point. Just not to crush the delicate stem. As it grows, it can be tightened up more. This piece I'm just going to let grow for the time being, and so we add in another tree. That one will fit in reasonably well, just about there. I hope you're getting all this. this time I'm going to go through the form on all 3 trees. Again, pulling it tight to hold them in place, and to hold the trunks actually together so that they can fuse. They will grow through the wire will be lost inside the trunk at a later date. Okay, so there we go. This time I'm going to go through the centre of those 2 trees. The coop's always got to get in on the act at some point. Wire those together. Again, I'm just going to let this piece grow freely until it's fattened up a little bit, and then it too will be wired into place. Okay. Hopefully you get the idea with that. I'll just go around wiring all the other trees into place, and then I'll come back and let you have a look at what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Best part of 2 hours later. As you can see, I've tied all the willow cuttings to the form, at least at the base of the form. Unfortunately, the cuttings I had weren't tall enough to reach to the very top, and I shall have to revisit this every 4 to 6 weeks, tie in the cuttings as they grow taller. There are a number of gaps which will hopefully fill in and fuse, and I've had to use some pieces that haven't actually rooted yet. Though they have been soaking in the water and beginning to show signs of rooting, to do the whole thing. What I'm going to do now is plant it in this pot. Try and get as much soil in around the roots as possible. So you've all seen that before, so bear with me. I'll do that and then come back to you. Okay, so there it is, potted, ready to grow, I hope. As I say, a lot of this top growth will get tied in throughout the year. I've stabilised it in the pot with these 4 wires, which holding it nice and firm, so it's not going to get rocked around whilst it gets growing. Hopefully this will make an interesting fusion willow in the pollarded willow style. So, yeah, close up there, and in the best traditions of children's television the world over, here's another one I did earlier. This is in a more conventional, sort of informal upright style. So we have a wide triangular base and going up to a cone. These trees have got a lot of growing to do yet, so they'll probably be left undisturbed for most of the season, although I will occasionally tie in any wayward shoots, but the best idea is to let it grow and let these thin little trunks fuse together. Also, it'll be much easier to come back and wire in a lot of this top growth without the leaves. Okay, I'm going to put them in their finished position to grow for the rest of the year. Okay, well, this is where they're going to live for the rest of this summer, submerged almost up to their rims in my fish pond. I'm not really going to do anything in the way of fertilizing with them. I'm going to let the fish do that for me, and we'll see how they grow. Being willows, they should absolutely love the water, and I'll do an update in a month or so and we'll see how they're looking. Thanks for watching.